Well, working on a hood is fine and dandy, but it's pretty tedious. I think I'm going to move on to something I promised. A sheet of aluminum in a radiator. I call it a radiator, but apparently it's a radiator. And I don't understand why, because when you go to say the short form, you don't say, hey, I need a new raid. You say, I need a new rad. Anyway, stand by and let's see what goes on here. Okay, well, this is getting complicated here. I'm only drawing 3 lines and it's taking... I don't feel like thinking. Was that a bird? I don't know. Maybe a frame. Okay, how hard can this be? What I went and did here is I determined the surface area, cooling area of my rad. Then knowing on the sides, I want to bend it twice. So I have to make an exit 3/4 of an inch on the sides. And for the top, which is going to be my mounting area, I want to stand 1 inch off the rad. So there's my 1 inch. Then I want to do the same double bend for strength and whatnot. So there you go. So I drew all this out on the appropriate size piece of aluminum. And in the end, it's supposed to look like that. See how it's fancy mounted? That's, yeah. So go ahead and take a look at this and see if it makes any sense at all. I lost the footage explaining this live and with the material, so this is making up for it, I hope. Alright, now after some careful calculations and measuring and stuff, it's going to be hard for you to see, unfortunately, but you see here, all the way up there and all the way down, these corners, I measured it out properly, ends up being the surface area of the rad over there, according to these measurements. Total height of the finis, 18 3/8, and tank to tank, which means from here to there, is 28 3/8. So now when I bend this, here's my 1 inch. Okay, here we go. Here's my 1 inch standoff. There to there. So that'll be bent. And then I'll keep it off the rad by 1 inch. It's the same thing all the way around. Then I decided this lip is going to mount. And where I showed you that cardboard, where I double it over. Decided to want it 3/4 of an inch. So once that's bent, that'll be a double area. Lots of rigidity. And that should work. Now at some point, of course, we do all our bends here, and I'll show you when I get to that point. We're gonna have to notch it out a little bit, somehow. But again, I'll show you when we get to that point. But yeah, it's, in theory, supposed to work. As I always say, what could possibly go wrong? All right. Now, while no one was looking, I went ahead and broke out my metal, straight edge thingy, the grinder with the death wheel, and I cut this out. Of course, on the outermost line get it ready for bending. Well, first I'm gonna have to, pretty rough here, we'll take out a, excuse me, there we go. Take out a file and file all this down. Get it all smooth. Then we're talking. I'm not sure my little 30-inch sheet metal brake is gonna work. Excuse me, gonna work. But where there's a will, there's a way, right? Exactly. Ooh, fancy. All right, I mentioned earlier that a chunk of this in the corner would have to be cut out, and I figured out what has to go. Basically, you want to keep, you know, the area of your radiator. So you fold everything up, boop, and boop, it leaves that area. So that means this corner has to come out. And I went ahead and I drilled a hole. So I'm going to grind up to there and grind it up there. That'll come out. And as I say, when you bend that up and this up, it's going to make a nice little corner thingy all the way around. So that's done on every corner. Again, there's how it's supposed to look when it's done. We'll see. So I'll go ahead and grind that, and I won't bother you with the boredom and the noise of it. And check in again. All right. This is one of those times where it's not a bad idea to go ahead and cut corners. Excellent. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to trim things up a little bit before I bend. Then I have to determine which bends to make first and exactly how I'm going to do them. So I do have a small sheet metal brake, but it's not a box and pan kind of thing, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this in the right order. So in the meantime, I think we're going to end up this. We're going to end this video, and we'll make another one when I'm ready to bend and finish everything all up. Yes. Stay tuned for that.